Hey guys, this is the Redstone Mason here, and welcome back to another video. This is another Datapack showcase. I guess that's a new series. And in this video, I'll be showing you a Datapack that is going to help me a lot and might help you quite a lot if you do Datapacks as well. So let's start with a video that I made quite a while ago called I made a custom skyblock in Minecraft or something like that, something along those lines, and basically it's just a giant cube of command blocks that does a bunch of different functions. Now I'm not going to go over those functions right now, but what I will go over is how most of them work. It does not detect certain blocks, because the blocks can be placed anywhere. It doesn't know the location. So whenever I'm detecting for a certain block reaction, so like if you place podzol next to oak log, the podzol turns into bedrock or something. You know, something similar to that. But you can't detect just the block themselves, so for every single thing I would have to add, like maybe you have to drop a water bucket on it, because the command blocks have to execute the commands at an entity. They can't really do it at the blocks. And this created a bit of an issue. It was a bit annoying. Here's one example of one that's actually in here. I get a stone block, and then I get soul soil, some flame, and a water bucket. So I put some fire, then on top I put some stone. And then I would like it if you had water on top of it. Then the stone would just turn into lapis, but there's nothing to execute at here. You can't execute at blocks. I mean, you can, but there's no really easy way to get the coordinates. So you would have to drop an item. In this case, you drop a water bucket on top, and then after a few seconds, it will turn into lapis lazuli. There we go, then you get your bucket back. But I have been brainstorming recently on methods to lag efficiently detect an arrangement of blocks, like put stone underneath soul sand, and then stone disappears or something. Just a way to track whether certain blocks are placed. So I have done something very similar to that, but there are some disadvantages with it. So what it is stone, basically. You place stone anywhere in your world, and an armstand gets summoned right at it, and then disappears when you remove it. Anywhere. It just executes it at the block somehow. Magic. Just kidding, it's 121 armor stands constantly killing themselves and summoning themselves right above you, and then they very quickly teleport all the way down and just scan the entire area. But it does it within like an entire game tick, so you can't really see it. And all these are markers, so even if somehow you got up there without them following you up before you even get up there, you can place blocks outside them because they have a marker tag. And then this is very useful because if you want to execute commands at stone, and execute at stone blocks, detect if there's polished granite nearby. If that seems activating for some reason, I don't press Z. Z is my advancement key, or key to open my advancements. Anyways, if you want to execute at a stone block, detect if there's polished granite on its side, and then to turn the polished granite into diorite, you can now do that. You just execute at this armor stand, which is marker stone. So execute at stone, and it will always be at the stone. It won't be anywhere else. So you can execute at the stone block. Now, of course, there are a few disadvantages with this. And obviously, the area that the arm stands take up limit to how far it will update. Now, luckily, the player can not really reach that far. So, how far you can reach, it's going to update and see the block and put an arm stand at it. But if you're pushing a block, and obviously pushing a block, it's fine if you're right next to it, because it's obviously going to detect the block's not there and detect the block's there. But if you push the block from a distance, you see now it's out of the range, and then I get close to it, then it repairs. Now that's not the arm stand going out of view distance or anything, that's the arm stand actually disappearing, therefore you can't execute commands at it. Now you could fix this by just making a larger area, but then of course the more arm stands, the more lag. And this is the Datapack itself. As you see, it is quite long. It's of course summoning 121 arm stands in separate places. And then it will scan down here. This is where it scans down. It just scans. This is the scan. And then it teleports the arm stand down. Scans, teleports it down. And then it will kill all the arm stands. And then schedule the function for another tick. Detect custom blocks. This is it. It's just one command. One command per custom block. And all you gotta do is copy that if you want to add a new block. Now actually, if you want the block to be invisible, or like the marker to be invisible, and you want to be able to place blocks inside the arm stand, all you can do is add a tag, one called marker, make that 1B. That will make it, that will allow you to place blocks inside of it and not have, and for the arm stand to not have a hitbox. Then you add another one called invisible, and you make that 0B, or sorry, 1B. So that will make the arm stand invisible. And then you just copy that. Want to add another block? There we go. Just edit the tags, and then edit the block you want to execute at. And then how I actually did this, broke all this down, was with a batch file. Here it is. It's a pretty basic batch file, and if you want it to be a bigger area, and you feel like your computer is strong enough, you want a bigger area, you want blocks to update further away, you just do increase this number by 1, increase this number by 1, increase the absolute value by 1. So if it's -7, go to -8. If it's -4, go to -5. Okay, then you have to edit this one to be the same as you put the ones on top. So X is -7, then Z is -7, and then you have to edit where it detects it, which is 8, and that will be 8, so you add 1 there, and then you can save it, and you can run it. It will save it to a scan.txt file on your desktop. You can edit that by just editing what that says. So I open this up. Here it is. I'm going to close that. So now it's empty. I'm going to run this. It's just going to give me a few visuals of what's happening. Let's say done. Click on this. And now it has the area that I put into the batch file, where it's down here. Now the only thing you're going to have to add is the thing at the end. You just have to add that. So that is pretty much it for the data pack. Now back into Minecraft. Anyways, that is about it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you would like me to do a data pack tutorial in my next video, leave a like, subscribe, and goodbye.